If I need to find the size of the angle marked x, the first thing I'll need to do is to figure out the number of sides in this polygon so that I can then use the formula to figure out what is the sum of the interior angles in the polygon, right? So this polygon has, let's count it. This polygon has one, two, three, four, five sides. What kind of polygon is it then? What is it called? A five-sided polygon.
Pentagon.
Pentagon, right? So it's a pentagon. And Soraya, how many degrees would these angles, like this angle over here, how many degrees would that represent?
90.
That's 90. So we have two 90-degree angles there. So here's 90 and here's 90 as well, right? So now that we have those two angles, well, before we can use it, we have to figure out the sum of the interior angles. Guys, what's the formula again to find the interior angles? What's the formula?
And take away 2 multiplied by 180.
That's right. So the sum of the interior angles here, sum of interior angles will be n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So, Sarai, what is n? What does n refer to?
Number of sides.
Number of sides. And in this case, it's
5.
5. So it'll be 5 take away 2 multiplied by 180. So that is 5 take away 2 is 3. So 3 times 180 is it 540? I think it's 540. 3 times 180. Let me get my calculator. Yes, I got 540, right? So 3 times 180 is 540. And now we can form an equation to show that all of these interior angles here adds up to 540. So we'll say 90 plus 140 plus 140 plus 90 plus x is equal to 540 degrees. And so, simplifying, you add all your constants. So 90 plus 90 plus 140 plus 140 is 460. So that would be 460 plus x is equal to 540 degrees. And so x will be the difference of 540 and 460. Guys, you see how everything is algebra? This is algebra. So useful, right? 540 take away 460 is 80 degrees. So x in this case is 80 degrees. And this is why you can't just assume that x was 90 because it kind of looks like a right angle. If you look at it at an angle, it looks like it could be a right angle, but you can't assume that that's a right angle because this shape is not drawn to scale. So unless they put this little square, that's the only time that you can deduce that that angle is a right angle. If you do not see that symbol, you cannot assume that it's two perpendicular lines there forming a right angle, right? So you have to just work it out. Okay, let's look at number 3. See how many sides. First things first, if we're finding the well, if we need to find x, we would need to see how many sides are in that polygon so that we can figure out the sum of the interior angles. Again, it looks like a five-sided one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's 5. So we don't need to do this again because we already know that a pentagon has 540 degrees. All we do need to do right now though is let's label this as 90, right? And now we formulate our equation. So that would be 90 plus 130 plus 120 plus 80 plus x is equal to 540 degrees. Samira, can you do this one with me? I wonder if Samira is there. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, because I'm gonna give you all some to do just now anyway. So we're gonna add them up, add in all your constants, 90 plus 130 plus 120 plus 80 gives me 420. So that's 420 plus x is equal to 540. And so if 420 plus x is equal to that, then x is equal to 540 take away 420. And that gives me 540 take away 420 is 120 degrees. So x is equal to 120 degrees, right? Now, although the diagram is not drawn to scale, it can still give you an idea, right? So like, for example, it can still give you an idea of what the angle might be close to, so like an approximation of the angle. So for instance, here I have that x is 120 degrees. In the question above, x was 80 degrees, right? There's no way in the question above x could have been 120 degrees because 120 degrees is an obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is an angle that is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. And x here would have to be an acute angle, which is less than 90 degrees. So even if you weren't sure that it was 80 or that it was an acute angle, you know it can't be more than 90, right? So even though the diagrams are not drawn to scale, it wouldn't be something crazy. Like you wouldn't see an acute angle like this being equal to 120, right? It would look like an obtuse angle. So that's just something to be mindful of. Okay, they wouldn't do something so egregious as to put an acute angle in the diagram, but your solution is giving you, let's say, a reflex angle. Okay, all right. So all of these seem to be wait, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. This one is also a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's simple again, because in this case it is 2x. So x plus x here is 90, right? So that would be 2x plus 120 plus 90 plus 110 is equal to 540 degrees. So 2x, 90 plus 110 is 200, and 200 plus 120 is 320. So 2x plus 320 is equal to 540. So then 2x is equal to 540 take away 320, and that gives me 540 take away 320 is 220. So then x will be 220 divided by 2, which will be 110 degrees. All right, so far so good. Can you guys try number 5 for me? Number 5 and number 6. Can you all try it out? Actually, I'm gonna do number 5 and then y'all will do number 6 and number 7, because number 7, 3, 4, 5. It's still a uh six-sided shape. So this one, you have in number 5 here, we have a hexagon, because this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So for n minus 2, the number of sides, n minus 2 will be 4 times 180, which is 720 degrees. So hexagons have 720 degrees. I just want to take a look quickly at this last shape here. Guys, this line is two lines, right? So this is two sides meeting at the bottom there, because you have this angle of 165. So that tells you an angle is only formed where two lines meet. So that means you have a side here and you have another side here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a seven-sided shape. All right. So be careful, just because it looks like a straight line, right? Because it could have looked even like this, right? This is two angles. Sorry, one angle with two lines, right? A line from here to here, and then another line. So like AB and then BC, all right? Because an angle can only be formed where two lines meet. Okay. So we already did one. We did so many with the pentagon already. Let's move straight on to this one with the septagon. A septagon is a seven-sided um, polygon, right? And if you're not sure about the number of sides, we'll count the number of angles. All right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a seven-sided shape is a septagon. All right. And to find its sum of its interior angles, we would say n take away 2 times 180. So in this case, n is 7. So 7 take away 2 times 180, which is 5 times 180. And 5 times 180 is, let's see, 900. Okay. So heptagon or seven-sided polygon has 180 degrees. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's regular or irregular, it's still gonna have 900 degrees. Okay, so as usual, we'll say x plus 115 plus 130 plus 160 plus 125 plus 95 plus 165 is equal to 900 degrees, right? So simplifying by adding all the other interior angles or just the other constants, if we're looking at it algebraically, 115 plus 130 plus 160 plus 125 plus 95 plus 165 is 790 degrees. So x plus 790 degrees is equal to 900. And so x would be 900 minus 790, which is 110. 900 minus 790, yeah, 110. So x is equal to 110 degrees. Right, guys? So this is, I think it's pretty straightforward. What do you guys think? Are you guys good? Soraya, how was this? Was this okay for you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, good.